Welcome back to Citizen Extra. Before we talk matters election petitions, let's immediately take you to the Serena Hotel, where Ma community leaders from Narok, Baringo and Kajiado County are meeting to discuss key development and political alignment matters. Let's take a look at what's happening there briefly.
Come again.
There were rumors that we want to ask the government or the president to make sure that one professional from the market should retain the seat of ACP, even that once.
We are not aware of that room, you know.
We want to thank the president for the considerations he has given to the Ma community. On the issue of the office of the DPP, it is a preserve of His Excellency the President and his deputy to choose or appoint whomever they see appropriate. We wouldn't mind if we get back. And we appreciate for the time we have had it and having it and serving all Kenyans equally. Thank you.
As I mentioned, election petitions is the big discussion right now. So far, the courts have cleared at least 89 election petitions, with one governor losing their seat. Of course, they have appealed. That's the Wajir governor. Some 348 election petitions were filed contesting various seats after the August 8th general election. Now, to give you some better statistics regarding this, and those should be coming up on the screen, when it comes to the gubernatorial election petitions, so far, 10 have been dismissed or withdrawn, 1 petition has been allowed, and 24 are pending in court. Of course, the petition that's been allowed is Wajir County, and the governor has appealed thereafter and has a 30-day break in regards to that. When it comes to the senatorial election petitions, 3 have been dismissed or withdrawn, none has been allowed, while 12 are pending in court. Okay, members of the National Assembly, we have 18 that have been dismissed or withdrawn. None have been allowed so far, while 80 are pending in court. When it comes to women representatives, 7 have been dismissed or withdrawn, none have been allowed, while 5 are pending in court. And finally, for members of County Assembly, 51 have been dismissed or withdrawn, 2 have been allowed, while 86 are pending in court. Well, joining me in studio to talk a bit about this is an advocate of the High Court, Jesse Odwor. Thank you for finding time to have this quick chat with me. Great. Now, face value, we can see that the courts, in one way or the other, are siding with the respondents. In many cases, they're upholding election victories. At least that's what the numbers are showing us so far. Is that a sign that either most judges feel that IEBC did their job, or is it a sign, on the other hand, that petitioners are presenting weak cases? What's your take?
I think with regard to judges, I don't think they're siding with the respondents or taking side against the petitioners. Actually, judges and even magistrates... Although
respondents seem to be the winners this time around. If you look at the stats, I'm not saying anyone's taking sides.
There is that, but then there is also the dynamics of what has actually presented before the judges.
Okay.
For instance, you realize the Kisumu gubernatorial case that was dismissed, the judge actually pointed out that the petition was wrongly drafted and wrongly argued and poorly presented. So as a lawyer, when you do something like that, definitely there's no way the judge is going to go on your side. I had an opportunity to handle the Wajir gubernatorial among the lawyers who handled that petition that was allowed for Wajir, and we argued our case.
Yes, you were on the side of
I was for the petitioner.
For the petitioner, okay.
Yes, together with Mr. Mwanza Ombati, we were for the petitioners, and our petition was allowed. That means we did a good job. We presented the facts there. We argued our case the way we are supposed to argue it, and the verdict came on our side. And so I'm also optimistic that there are also some cases that are going to be allowed with regard to parliamentary, senatorial, and even MCAs and women representatives.
Let me get your thoughts on your optimism. 286 cases pending in court, about 114 dismissed. Give us your prediction on the 268 or so. If we're looking at the past trend, what can we expect moving forward?
Some cases are going to allow, but I can't give you an exact percentage. This is viewed with the regard that the judges are in twofold. There are 2 decisions that are still standing. There is the Raila Odinga one, which the 2013 presidential election petition, and then Raila Odinga 2, the 2017, and then now the last October presidential election petition. So it depends on which which sway the judges or the magistrates are going to look into it. If you want to look at technicality, if you want to look at the process, or you want to look at numbers with regard to 2013. So at the end of the day, it still goes back to the presiding officer, either the judge or the magistrate, and the evidence that has been placed before him or her.
It's interesting that you brought up Raila Odinga's petitions, whether in 2013, 2017, because many feel that because of the Supreme Court decision nullifying the victory of President Uhuru Kenyatta after the August 8th poll, that a lot of petitioners then run to court, confident that if it happened at the national level, then in my case,